Receiving content. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's me doing my weekly stream, and I am once again joined by my typical co-host, Cybernetic Pink Eye.
I think we've confirmed by now that I'm anything but typical.
Well, perhaps, but you are my usual co-host, is perhaps more accurate to say.
Perhaps.
Anyway, so, you may see on screen right now that there is there's a Dragon Age Origins that's happening. Currently paused while I was getting everything all set up for today. Last we left off, we had made it all the way to Redcliffe. We had learned quite a few different things. We actually spent quite a bit of time in conversation with various members around the camp, building up their trust, I suppose would be the word, in our character, building up the relationship between all of them, which included a blossoming relationship between Evelyn and Alistair. Hello, Dork Princess! That feels really condescending to say aloud. I'm sorry.
Never gets old.
Well, upon arriving in Redcliffe, one of the first things that Alistair does is take Evelyn aside and go, "Hey, by the way, I'm actually the bastard son of the former king. You know, the one before the one that just died."
You know, that old chestnut.
Yeah, so he's literally a royal bastard. Haha, joke's out of the way. We already did it before. Anyway. Hello!
Waka waka!
Don't fucking stop. I need to remember to watch my language. Okay, alright. Hello, welcome. So yes, he is apparently a would-be prince, but here's the thing. As a Grey Warden, he has forfeited all titles and all rights to any other positions. And now there's audio from the game. I love that this actually looks like some kind of professional photo shoot right here. Like the angle and everything, it feels like incredibly photogenic, which I'm very happy for.
One summer's eve at the Ren Fair.
Where we got our glow on, and actually, Evelyn's the only one with a glow.
I still love that one line last episode. It's like, these are clearly not your typical travelers. Again, what was your first clue? The glowing auras?
I mean, maybe. Ah, right. I need to remember the controls again. Oh, hey, Deathroot. So, we are in the process of trying to rescue Redcliffe from some sort of impending attack. One that might end up killing a whole bunch of people if we're not careful. And I do actually mean if we are not careful.
I'm sensing a theme here. Like, it seems everywhere we go, there's an impending attack.
Yeah. There's lamp oil in these barrels. That's an interesting thing to note.
We always, like, enter the actual gameplay, like, just before or after some climactic battle of sorts. We're never actually in on the action.
Liliana! A tattered shopping list. Sugar, wheat flour, fillet knife, ginger for Grandpa's flatulence, thanks. Ink, cod liver oil, dried mushrooms, rouge or lesion. Also remember to ask if more beeswax will be available soon. Okay. Liliana, why are you so useless when it comes to picking locks? This is why I always make my fucking rogues, my rogues, or my main characters rogues up until this point, because there's so much of this that gets gated off just on the basis of not being able to pick a freaking lock.
What are you trying to say, Lorelai? That all French people are good at stealing?
Actually, quite the opposite, it seems. She's terrible at it. Lake Callan had no swimming.
We love you, Pinger.
He's not watching.
You don't know that.
He's not watching.
Pinger, I feel, is like one of those things, and I do very much mean thing, like one of those things out of Doctor Who where it exists even if you don't realize it. It's like off in some corner of your life somewhere, just always watching, never interfering, just It's always just got its eyes locked on you.
I don't like referring to people as its, but I get your point, perhaps. Pinger is a cryptid who exists in many situations, regardless of whether or not you're comfortable with that fact.
He's right up there with the weeping angels and the silence.
All French people are good at scheming, though. J-Dude. 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 Hey, Jude. Stop being racist. Okay. Alright. So, one of the things that we were actually asked to do was to try to talk to one of the locals who has combat experience but refuses to actually join the fray. The door is locked and looks as if it has been recently repaired. Well, let's try knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knocking on the door. Okay.
This door was made for knocking.
Hello? No one answers your call. Poster just shrugging. My lock-picking skill is terrible. You failed to pick the lock. It is now hopelessly jammed. Break open the lock. Okay, I guess we're just breaking in now. Alright.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Why two intimidations? No. We go where we like, unless you'd like to stop us. You're talking to a mage. Care to rephrase that? No, I'm gonna start with being nice and polite. I apologize. I don't mean any harm.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Oh, hey, it's the logician.
Listen.
He says, apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
I
Because
mean,
I don't think you can hear him.
well, I just saw it now. I think I got like a good 10 to 20 second like delay.
Yeah, that'll happen. Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Also, I love that because the sliders in the mods have been probably adjusted, this guy's tattoo is just fucking... Excuse me. Is just ridiculous, over dramatic paint.
Like, I was gonna say, I wanted to comment on it, but I wasn't sure, because, like, especially because of, like, our experiences with this game in past months, a part of me is wondering if that isn't just a glitch.
No, that's because the tattoo sliders in this game have been adjusted due to the character generator stuff that I have added. Anyway, your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Well, I can do persuade here. I'll put in a good word for you with Ban Tegan or the Arl.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
And they just teleported right on out. So here's an interesting little factoid, something that you wouldn't know just by playing this game. But, okay, so in Dragon Age Origins, you know, they have the various origin stories that you can play through. There actually used to be 2 more origin stories for the human character if you decided to play as a human. The chastened background and the commoner background. Now, pretty much, if you play a human, you can be either a mage or a human noble. Those are pretty much the only ones that you can really play. But the chastened background I don't remember much about, outside of the fact that you play a chastened character, and that came with its own, you know, obvious responses, but they never really fleshed out much about the chastened, and they ended up cutting out that particular background story. Now, the human commoner origin story was when you started off as an indentured servant to Dwin here. So, of course, his existence in this story would obviously be significantly different as a result of, having been working for him before, and you would have had to, it would have been a similar sort of thing. You would have been rescued by Duncan and, recruited into the Grey Wardens, and then, of course, returning here, people would recognize you. You'd be like, there would be a whole, home-warming thing. I don't know if there was any connection or overlap with Alistair's background or anything like that. Unfortunately, that was also another one of the ones that was actually scrapped for the game. There goes your typical fantasy grumpy dwarf.
Yeah.
He's just emo, don't bully him. I'm not bullying him. He might need more tattoos. I'm just keep catching up with the chat. Also, since while we're here, I guess that's just not gonna be open to us. That's fine. Well, we're not exactly looking for it just yet anyway. Also, I noticed that Liliana has a level up. Oh, good! Expert stealing. I'm gonna go with the combat training. And I can't level up the device mastery. Awesome!
I love how we were just talking about how Liliana can't break into anything, and the opportunity arises to improve her ability to steal, and it's like, nah.
Okay, the problem is picking locks, which is a different ability, rather than the actual stealing.
I mean, I would think those would fall under the same umbrella.
They do in later games in terms of skill development and whatnot, but in this game they're actually considered separate abilities.
I don't like being out here at winter. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
Well, he should. Because you're a good-for-nothing liar and a thief.
Well, we don't understand why we're out here.
We're out here because I say we're gonna help these people. Since I pay your wages, you're gonna do as I say.
Oh, sure, boss. Whatever you say.
Damn fucking straight. You know what, I'm almost tempted to just give up, and if they demonetize these videos at this point, like...
I mean, they're gonna find a reason to demonetize our videos anyway, so...
I mean, any opportunity to screw a YouTuber out of whatever money they might actually be able to make from making the content that they make their money off of.
Oh, what's this channel? Not PewDiePie! Demonetized.
I mean, please don't joke about that.
I mean, see, I wouldn't, because jokes are funny.
Liliana, what are you doing?
I shall.
I guess? Okay. Anyway, thanks for that, Liliana. I know you're romanceable by the ladies.
I guess she was practicing her lockpicking after all.
But she's already picked the lock on my heart.
Sure, let's go with that.
The copyright system has been fixed.
That's the best joke I've heard all day. You'll get a round of applause for Wizard in the chat.
Oh, thank you so much for that. YouTube is a terrible platform for any content creators.
And it's all we have.
So for everyone who happens to support me over on Patreon to actually secure the fact that I might actually be able to support myself month to month, you're actually doing me a tremendous favor, because the actual monetization on videos, if you're not someone who's getting thousands upon thousands of views per video, is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
The copyright system has been adjusted, but unfortunately, it is still not user-friendly.
Yeah, it's still hot garbage.
Anyway, Durnal Garrison, yes?
I was just gonna clarify that we're not please don't misunderstand, Weezer. We're not making fun of you or anything. We're very bitter about the state of YouTube.
Oh yes, very monstrously bitter. Anyway, General Garrison here is one of the people that is part of, let's see, the current quests. The Blackstone Regulars deliver letters of conscription to the remaining conscripts, General Garrison in Redcliffe, Patter, Gritch, and Lothering, which we did before we ended up losing Lothering, and Verrill Bairn in Denerim's alienage. But General Garrison is right here in front of us.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
Hi, Jowan's voice actor. That's not awkward at all. Anyway, now that he's gone, the Ballad of Aisley, utterly unimportant, and another chest. Hey, Liliana! Can you pick this one?
Yes. Also, Jacob Schnorr in the chat asks, Lorelei, what kind of recording program do you use for recording live and LPs?
I use OBS Studio.
Yes.
It is Open Broadcasting's studio, or Open Broadcasting software, completely free. Free download, free use, everything, and I believe it's even open source. So, I forget all of the details on that, but completely free, easy to use. Just got to use some of the, I had to use a tutorial, like the first few times I actually picked it up to be able to use it. But that was mostly just for setting up the overall screen, like what you see over here on screen, and opening up which captures the actual feed will pick up and so on and so forth. But it's actually fairly intuitive. It's just a matter of going through and reading the manual, so to speak.
Yeah. And
for editing, for a lot of the Let's Play videos, I haven't used an editor in a while because I haven't been doing Let's Plays. I've been doing the streaming thing. When I do need to do editing, I use Adobe Premiere, which is not free.
Yeah.
In fact, it is ridiculously overpriced, but...
And they charge you for it over and over again.
Yes, because they've concocted this whole idea now that software is somehow a service that you get access to instead of a product that has already been paid for.
Yeah. Does anyone remember the good old days where you would only pay for something once?
When you would actually pay and actually own the thing that you've paid for? We don't really live in that reality anymore, and that's spreading to a lot of other different areas too, which is unfortunate.
Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. The years go by, but the memory stays. And those were the good old days.
Thank you for that. Anyway.
Don't thank me, thank Weird Al.
No.
No word from the castle.
And so I shall.
Andraste's Grace.
Still, as it has been for days, and it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
Okay.
Aw. Schnur says, your LP of Dragon Age and Mass Effect are the reasons they want to try their hand at LPing.
Honestly, I have nothing but positivity as a whole when it comes to Let's Playing, because it's something that actually gives you the ability to sort of speak off the top of your head and to get more comfortable with speaking in general. I've known some people who've actually literally used it, as a way of helping with speech impediments. Because the more you do it, the more you're doing it live and all of that. And it gives you the ability to just develop that sort of voice, with every letter, every capital letter at the front of it. Anyway, I'm glad if I've inspired that at all. And I generally do recommend getting into it. OBS is good for recording. Just got to get the right capture in there and try to make sure that you don't say leave up the tip jar while you're recording a Let's Play or something like that. Anyway, would I consider streaming the 2 Knights of the Old Republic games? The first one, which I have played and I have technically streamed before, but I never finished, does not want to go windowed and would be very difficult to get to cooperate with streaming. Not impossible, but difficult. And as for the second one, I've never even played it, and I think that I would have a more difficult time playing the second one without doing the first one. So, either way. So, we were also asked to speak with the Knights, Sir Perth. Hi, Cat. That's the back of my chair. Stop stabbing it.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as
For the uninitiated, you're listening to the handiwork of one of 3 gremlins living in Lorelai's home. Well, I guess.
Shh! For fuck's sake, my dude! I know that you're trying to help! Stop talking over the fucking dialogue!
Well, I can't tell when there's dialogue to be had.
So then just shut up!
Well, then why have me on the stream?
Good question!
I see I'm not needed here.
Is my lady sufficient? Uh-huh. Call me Evelyn, if you would.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now, my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it.
Have you considered using the oil in the village store, which is one of the reasons why we stopped by there before?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
So, with every little detail that you see me setting up here, it's basically to try and bolster the ability of people to survive. Because here's the thing, if literally no one ends up dying during this onslaught, you actually get a special item and special credit for it. I'm going to try and do that as best I can, which often means micromanaging things like healing people and using people in my team to, well, heal. I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Where can I get supplies?
I'm not sure. Murdoch mentioned a blacksmith in the village, but I believe the militia is using everything he had. Beyond that, you might try the village store. It's locked up, but there may be items of use still within. I do not know.
Yeah, the event will lie to you, but it does actually take... I mean, it doesn't... I don't know. People can actually survive. It's just you do have to micromanage. Like, if you've got mages in your party, you need to use them to heal the NPCs as they're fighting to make sure that they don't get overwhelmed and to try and use your abilities to control the flow of battle and everything, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, what about the tavern?
Ah, a fellow named Lloyd runs it. He refuses to close and evacuate to the Chantry. I suppose he might still have something to sell you, though I wouldn't encourage dealing with a fool. He's a profiteer and nothing more.
Tell me about the quest with the Sacred Urn.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
According to the legend, the followers of Andraste brought her ashes back to Ferelden to hide them from the Imperium.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Just what was the Earl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Alessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Alessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Earl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So the knights left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there, or transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
I want to discuss something else.
As you wish.
What is your status?
Although we are far better equipped than Murdoch and his villagers, we knights are too few. Things will be grim after sundown. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain. But we will fight and die valiantly, if that's what the Maker demands.
Alright, is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
I told you to call me Evelyn. Anyway, I know that feeling. There are many events that I don't want to spoil, and I try to limit myself to whatever is presently going on in the game. But it's like knowing how a lot of this turns out, and even especially knowing how it turns out in later games. It's like, I have many opinions that I want to share about everything that happens both here and later. Yeah, exactly. Call me Evelyn. Very well, Grey Warden. I will call you Evelyn. I will call you Grey Warden. That's not what I asked. Hey, Mother... Alistair. Alistair, leave her alone. Hi, Mother Hannah.
You are a stranger amongst us, and a mage, I see. Yet you still defend our home in its darkest hour. We are grateful.
Wow, screw you too. You are a stranger amongst us and a mage, I see, yet you defend our home. What the hell, lady?
Well, again, I was about to ask, why are you getting on Alistair's case for rubbing into her?
For rubbing into her?
I mean, how else would you describe that?
Because you shouldn't rub on old ladies unless they ask you to.
I mean...
Alistair is into MILFs. I would not be surprised.
Wouldn't this technically count as a gilf?
Anyway.
Moving right along.
You can tell I'm a mage. Evelyn, you're wearing mage robes. You have a staff on your back. You're literally glowing. You can tell I can do magic?
What witchcraft is this? I thought I was the mage.
You can tell I'm a mage?
Do not fear. I am not about to raise a rabble against you. I'm sure your magic will prove valuable before the day is out.
Oh, well, thank
Allow
you.
me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
I have tiny eyes.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left.
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Just how safe is the chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Van Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Oh, well, I was planning on just leaving the first second that I could, but, I mean, I guess I could. Sir Perth needs holy protection for the knights.
I've done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if they think it helps them...
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Alright. Now, I happen to agree with her that basically it is kind of a bit of a lie to tell people that they're going to be protected by a figure whose main presence is one of non-direct interference, which is one of the reasons why apparently he needed to bring, or, well, why he used Andraste to enact his will and ended up blessing her, etc. Outside of, you know, falling in love with her and all of that shit, but, you know, whatever. But I don't believe that there's meant to be a direct thing, and of course with later events in the game being what they are, I'm not even necessarily sure that there is a Maker in the first place. But again, that is questions to be brought up another time. There's certainly something going on, but we do not have enough information as of yet to know precisely what's going on.
I mean, that's the thing about fantasy worlds and, like, you know, like creation lore. There's usually, like, revealed at some point to be some truth to it, but it's usually not exactly verbatim what's written down.
Yes. There's usually someone who, in the process of trying to translate the word of God or Maker or gods, ends up putting their own bias into whatever is being written. And that tends to skew things, even just a little bit. Anyway, I believe there is a cutscene on entering here, and if not, there will be some conversations pretty quickly. Alright, so. That's not what I meant to do. Evelyn, this is really rude. Don't stand on people. Or in people. I am amazed at this game sometimes. Anyway, so I was just gonna talk to this guy.
Not looking for company.
Who are you?
I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I broke my wrist.
Don't you? I know spy when I see one.
Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
What do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
First of all, the size of that bottle. And it looks empty.
Also, is he talking yet?
Not right now.
Well, I just realized who this dude reminds me of. He looks like a grown-ass Sid from Toy Story.
Anyway, this will be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me.
No
This is more than
promises.
I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
Huh. So, once again, Logain's name, even indirectly, is attached to some pretty sketchy behavior. Again, some of this is remnants of a plot that they originally were trying to work into the story, but unfortunately it doesn't exactly help your average player's perception of how things are going. It doesn't exactly help the perception that Logain is up to some really sneaky stuff. Oh yeah, Human Noble hearing this, because you may know, if you play the Human Noble origin story, Hal is the one that basically betrays your entire family, gets everyone over and high ever killed, and leads to you getting recruited into the Grey Wardens. Spoilers, I suppose, but I've already played through that origin twice, so if you don't know it by now, well, maybe you haven't been watching my channel. Anyway.
Intent, nudge, nudge, subscribe.
I mean, I would encourage that, I guess, but I do like it when people watch my videos, and especially if they leave comments, and I know. I like it when people leave comments and watch my videos and like things and all sorts of calls to action. You know, I don't mean it that way. I do actually get a kick out of seeing that people are enjoying my content.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch my previous Dragon Age playthroughs as well, like as if watching this weekly isn't enough, you know, I have 2 full playthroughs. The first one being the I don't know what I'm doing. The second one being I know what I'm doing, but technical difficulties anyway. And this one being now I know. I know what I am doing. Anyway. What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
How? So you know how this happened? Tell me now.
I don't know anything about these creatures. When the Arl got sick, I got scared that people would think I was involved. But I swear I don't know anything about it. They sent me to watch. Maybe they knew the Arl would get sick. I don't know.
And there's the other part of it.
Uh-huh.
I swear I don't know anything. They sent me to watch. Maybe they knew the Earl would get sick. I don't know. That's the other implication here. Did the people who sent him, aka Hal, aka Logain, know that the Earl was going to end up getting sick? Now that's a lot of supposition, and that's kind of the problem. Nothing that can actually be proven outside of these people sent a spy to watch the Arl, and by coincidence, the Arl fell ill. But it's still one of those things that the game kind of leads you into thinking.
Uh-huh.
Zan? Yes, purple biscuits, absolutely.
I still love that we made that a thing.
Yeah, well, you made it a thing, but...
Well,
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I thought you were serving Hal and Logain, not the king. But anyway. I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Mercy? I mean, I wasn't gonna kill you. I mean, okay, I guess. Hi, Bella.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'd have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
So how has business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
You don't care for Lloyd, I take it?
he gropes me and pays me next to nothing. I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
He gropes you? Son of Beach! Huh. Okay. That's an interesting interpretation. I've never heard Zahn replacing dun and dun dun dun. Anyway. Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You could leave if you had help.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
How about not end up at another tavern?
Well, I can't promise that, but thank you. I don't really know what to say.
Shouldn't you be at the Chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the Chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
Well, I can't imagine you would know that. I just arrived in town. Anyway, to quote Shepard, I should go.
Keep safe.
Aw. I do actually appreciate that. Did you guys just go stand in the corner? While I had that conversation, you just teleported over to the corner there and you're just waiting for me to stop talking with the pretty lady?
So is that like the third time the party members have just left you speechless at this point?
I mean, they leave me plenty speechless, but graffiti in Redcliffe's tavern. Don't eat the cheese. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Not at all.
Brave words. Brave words. Well, we'll see when night falls, won't we?
Excuse you.
So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
Yeah, your blood. I should go.
Right then.
Hey!
We just come here to try and forget what's happening. Murdoch don't like us being here, but what can he do about it?
No matter how much ale I drink, I can't quite forget the sight of those creatures.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even
Okay,
give us some
cutscene.
free ale. At a time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an tea from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Maybe he should help defend the village instead.
Ha! I've seen Lloyd handle a sword. He should stick to something he knows about, like keeping me nice and drunk for the fight.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
Ah, what difference does it make? He won't care.
Quest updated.
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
I hear you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Think of the goodwill you'll earn.
I never thought of that. Maybe I could try it for a bit. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Yay!
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. Something else I can get for you?
Let's see what you have.
Right. I've got some supplies, too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
Lloyd is late-stage capitalism.
Well, yes.
Well, ale. I'm gonna just take that. That's fine. These are useful. I can buy these. I've actually been using some of these health poultices because I keep screwing up in the middle of battles, so he doesn't have a lot on hand. I don't need that. And I don't need that. So yeah, you've got... That's gonna be it for you. So I'm actually going to save real quick. Oh yeah, and the quests. A village under siege. You've managed to convince Dwayne to come out. Perth agrees. Take the ambulance to the knights. Thanks to you, the militia can now drink as much as they want, as often as they want. This is a good thing, right? That's the official, actual text there on that. This is a good thing, right?
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
Who are you, anyway?
Name's Lloyd.
Got that.
So, why'd you come to the village now? Roads can't be all that safe, not with a war brewing.
Why do I still not have rock armor? Because I don't particularly like rock armor. Anyway. I came to see our layman.
Well, you must have been mighty surprised. He's not exactly talkative these days, eh? Something else I can get for you?
Answer a few questions.
Fine. Make them quick.
Why are you still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale.
What do you know about what's happened here?
Not a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come.
Nobody knows that it's... Why are you... Okay. Shouldn't you be helping defend the village?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Wow, I could threaten him with his life.
I mean...
Then be a coward if that's what you want.
Well, yes. I suppose that is what I want.
I should go.
Right then.
Okay, you just randomly leaned forward. I don't feel like threatening him to kill him to make him actually... I don't think he would actually be a help in terms of the militia.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... He has not exactly demonstrated common sense here. Well, no, he's demonstrated common sense, but he's certainly not exactly exemplified bravery. Hi, Vig!
Ease.
Hi, dork! I'm sorry, I love that name, that's the thing.
Oh, God.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy protection.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Huh. And you could still say she does not believe she can help you, but Mother Hannah has some holy amulets. Would those do?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
I'm glad I could help. Or you think it would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Carry on.
As you say.
I think
we are
Liliana
prepared to
actually
meet the enemy here
disapproves.
when they come. Maker, prepare us. We shall be victorious.
Yeah, Liliana disapproves. Well, you're the one who has that whole vision.
Sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
How do you know they're undead? There's no way that you could possibly know that they're undead yet. We haven't encountered them. All they've described them are as creatures.
I mean, I'm gonna pull out a quote from Bennett here. The needs of the plot outweigh the needs of the logic.
Of course you would pull that quote out.
Uh-huh.
Alistair! He knows. You can't hide from me on YouTube. I wasn't hiding. So, oh, hey, Berwick's here now, too. Okay, how's it going, Murdoch?
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
We're not only ready, Murdoch, we're going to win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
How is morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. My men are getting free drinks at the tavern. I suppose it's better to drown your fears rather than go mad waiting for certain death. I'm tempted to have a few ales myself. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
Well, I'll be back. I need to check on something.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling good. Alright, let's see. Is this one a better sword than Rich's? It is. Alright, Alistair, you got yourself the green blade. That's good. Win. Suppose I could give you something. I mean, you don't need to worry about cold resistance. Alright, I think you're good. I think you're good. Alright, alright, alright. I'm going to save. Hi, Dawn!
Hey!
I'm not going to punish Dawn for being late. They've already got enough on their plate.
Yeah.
I did not mean for that to rhyme, but anyway, look at the time! I'm sorry. You haven't missed much, just me kind of going around trying to build some morale for everyone around. Let's see, I think some things are looking pretty good. I'm just going to check in one last time with Bantigan. I have convinced some people to fight that otherwise we're not going to fight. And let's see. Hey, how's it going, Tegan?
I hear both Murdoch and Sir Perth are ready for nightfall. Excellent news.
I want to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
What exactly are these things that attack the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses.
Well, there you go.
Men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, perhaps. Spirits possessing the bodies of the dead. We could be dealing with a mage, but who would do such a thing?
I should get back to work.
Very well.
Might be a good idea.
And now we actually have the implication that they could be undead, so that conversation could have happened earlier.
Yeah.
And I like the implication from Wynn there. It could be the work of a mage. Wouldn't that be... Don't you fucking crash on me. There you go. You know who's your boss. Okay. So once again, gonna save real quick. Now here's the thing, and this might irritate some of you. I'm going to try my damnedest to have everyone survive this battle.
Good luck.
I'm going to need it. Because here's the thing, to do that, I'm going to have to micromanage Evelyn healing people as well as Wynn healing people. I'm going to have to do a lot of strategic placement, even on casual, just to make sure that everyone stays alive.
There is no pacifist strat for Dragon Age. Literally tries to save everyone.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
I'm ready to make my stand. Let's wait for sundown.
Are you sure? There's still time left if you need to talk with...
Well, it's a battle, Don. I don't think it's the big battle.
I think I've got everything covered. Let's see, Sir Perth has the oil and the protection, I guess. There's the Dwin. We've got people who are doing okay. Yeah, so I think we're good. The battle is the worst because the AI is dumb as frig. You're not wrong. Anyway, I'm ready now, but I also have a save just in case I need to reset. Okay, okily dokily. I think I've got everything. But anyway, cutscene. I think. Yep.
They're coming. Get to your positions. Make ready.
It's time.
Alright, so we have a bunch of people over here at the front lines. We have the oil setting up. We've got fog effects, which is probably going to cause some lag, because of course it will.
The dead are gonna raid your town tonight.
Alright.
10 internet points to anyone who gets that reference.
Oh, good job actually lighting it before they showed up. Alright, let's not put me in the middle of the action here. Now I could charge through. Oh, well, you know what I could do? I can just do one of these.
And so I shall.
Yeah, run into the fire, guys. That's a great idea. Or maybe don't.
Look, we should just be happy that the fire isn't square at this point. You know, you raise a good point, Don. Why don't we just add more fire to the fire? That should take care of everything.
Are you healing me, or are you... I'm gonna take a poultice either way. Alistair! Take a poultice. Also, maybe get out of the fire. And already we've got people dying. Let's see, not dying, but let's see, well... Okay, so how are people's health looking over here? Did the person die? Was that a knight that died? Yeah, that was a knight that died. We're gonna do this again.
I mean, you can't save them all, Hasselhoff.
I can!
It's time, men. Know that
Alright, I'm gonna light it before you guys because you guys are stupid. What? Are you kidding me? Because you assholes had to keep talking. Oh, you fuckers.
Hey, look, I got one.
Don't run into the fire! Ugh. You guys are so dumb.
Like moths to a flame.
Alright, let's see how's everyone health doing. Everyone that's good over there. Good, you know, you guys can just stay back. And... Alright, they're dead. That guy's almost dead. Again, I'm trying to micromanage it so that people are going to be okay. And so that assholes don't die doing stupid things. What are you doing? Alistair. Guys, don't run into the fire! How do you do this? How do you manage this? Can I... Liliana! No, don't throw the regeneration icon at her. Cast regeneration, por favor. Oh my lord, these people are dumb.
This corpse empty. Yay!
Yeah, this is annoying, you're right! And now I'm out of mana, so I actually need to take one of these. You guys are dumb bitches!
I mean, they're NPCs.
No, my players! They're running into fire!
Well, when you're not controlling them, then yes, they're ultimately going to amount to dumb bitches.
Alright, you guys just stay back there. That's how you stay alive. I'm fine with that. I mean, if they're all going to stop there, then... Okay, you're... Don't walk. Don't walk into the fire, Evelyn.
The monsters are attacking from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help!
Knights, stay here and guard the path!
Come on! We need to hurry!
Alright, so that's stage 1 of this. Already finished. And hey, Alistair, you look like you leveled up. Let's give you a little bit of a boost here. Alright, you can take another hit. Alright. Nothing particularly useful here. Alright, taunt will be good. I can run faster than you, and I'm a mage. Wow, you're just a terrible escort.
Indicating that mages are inherently slow?
They don't exactly get a lot of exercise.
Wow.
They don't.
Nice stereotype usage.
They don't. It's canon! I would use some of more of my AoE attacks, but I don't know if they hit the villagers. I guess I'm gonna find out real quick, huh? Oh shit, it does. What are you doing all the way back here? Okay, no, that's not who I wanted to have heal.
You know, it's fairly ironic, J-Dude.
Murdoch! Okay, Win, move closer. I need you actually here. Ugh, this is so bad.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, like I said, I knew this was going to be irritating because of me micromanaging.
Yeah. See, this is why I only play games I enjoy.
Excuse you!
Well, I mean, it's not fun if you're going through a part of the game that, you know is going to irritate you.
And you... heal that militia man. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up an AoE over here. And let's see, you can regenerate that guy. Okay, so you guys just don't go running into that, perhaps. Okay, so they're doing better. This is rough. I'm sorry. And regeneration for that guy. That's fine. No, that isn't the last of them. No, no, don't do that. Okay, no friendly fire. I think people have died. I hope not. I'm not gonna restart the battle here. Okay. Well. Sorry for my concentration here.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Imagine that. An RPG where people have to use their brains.
Okay, I'm going to take a full lyrium potion. Alright, and you... Let's see. Ugh. Alright, so far this isn't too bad. Alright, so you can use some healing. Alright, I need to set up another AoE. Okay. Alright, people are looking pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. You think you hear more of them, huh? Okay. This is stressful.
I mean, again, imagine that.
It's been good knowing you all. No, heal. And also, let's see, is there anyone else who's a little bit on the lower side? Okay. Alright, you keep on what you're doing. Let's see, can I... Oh, I need to take more lyrium. Great, excellent. It's been nice knowing you all. Not on my watch! Ah, God, motherfuckers. Alright. Nah, that's not what I wanted. Alright, let's see how's people's health doing. Alright, you can go ahead and heal that guy. And let's see, is there anyone over here? Otherwise, okay, I think we're doing okay. And if anyone has died, well, I've done my best. Alright. Let's see. Would I be able to thread the needle? Nope. Although... Alright. Back up a little bit. Sorry guys if I'm not paying attention to the chat right now. I promise.
Oh, God.
Alright. Everyone's doing pretty good. Everyone's doing pretty good. Ah, motherfuckers. Alright. Yeah, I bet you do hear more of them over there. So, no, I'm not gonna throw the icon at them! Alright. And you need a heal. And are you replying to people, or what are you doing? Are you taunting me with your not having to do anything?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Couldn't be.
Alright, you.
Now, why would I sell you out, Wizard? I would never do something so nefarious.
What are you doing?
Don't even worry about it.
Is someone dying? Alright. Looks like we're doing okay. Alright. But I also need to take another potion. Yay! Oh, what? What? Get past her into this again. Well, I don't think that's the case. You feel like Laura's losing her mind? Thanks.
I mean, to be fair, it didn't start with this one.
And let's see, is there anyone else that needs, well, this guy maybe. Alright, regeneration. Put that on that guy. What? You're fine. Don't give me dialogue. You're fine. Alright. Since you're gonna come up behind me. Alright, so far people are doing pretty good. Wynn, you can probably heal Murdoch over here. Did that work? Was that it? That was it? Did everyone live? I guess we'll find out. I bet someone died.
Survey says...
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, dear lady. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
I was happy to help defend the village.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Yeah.
Now they walk with he who is their Maker. Long may they know the peace of his love.
Yeah, I guess someone died. Well, I did my level best. And I can't say that I need that particular item. I've got enough modded shit in my inventory that it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So...
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now, we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Okay. Well, now children exist.
Yeah.
And at least Murdoch is still alive.
I'm still amazed we made it through the night in one piece and won. They'll be telling stories about this for years, I bet. Fighting's not over. We still have Darkspawn to battle, and if the Arl sends out the call, I'll be there for him.
That's a commendable attitude.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'll offer the Maker a bit of thanks for not choosing to be a wrathful god today. Good luck to you.
That is fair. And Thomas is still alive.
So we won the battle? If this is what war is like, with so many people hurt and dying, I don't want to think about what fighting the Darkspawn will be like.
Van Tegan or Al Eamon will be calling for volunteers soon, won't they? They'll need an army to fight in the south now. I'll go when they call me, I guess. I'm going to get drunk first, though. If you'll excuse me.
I mean, if he lost one of his men, that's unfortunate. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I did what I could, but I literally did everything that I actually could to keep everyone alive. Yeah, he lost tattooed guy.
Yeah.
Some fight.
Oh, well.
Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place.
Thank you for helping with the battle.
Hey, anything for Redcliffe, right? Whatever. First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go celebrate or whatever it is you're gonna do. You won, right? You're a hero. Or something.
I am a hero or something. I mean, I still saved many people and all of the named people survived, so I consider that the best that I could have done. Oh!
Yeah.
Well, now it's time for this, I guess. I'm just gonna hump the box here. Grease the wheels. Some tact and discretion, I think you're perfect for the job. Blackstone regulars cannot survive without patronage of nobles, mages, and other groups who retain our services. For that work to continue, however, we have to ensure that people looking out for our interests. To that end, I ask you to make a trip to Denerim and pass on our appreciation to certain individuals. Return when you are done, and I'll see that you are rewarded. By Tauren. And of course, now we have the Chanter's board.
Alright.
Caravan okay. Brothers and sons. Okay, skin deep. Okay. And that's what we were, yeah. So, imminent tragedy. Runners brought me a group of refugees fleeing the Darkspawn. They have been cornered in unfamiliar ground. Okay, unintended consequences. Someone is stalking the wilds, killing the merchants. So, yes, I summoned something and now it's killing people. Whoopsie!
I mean...
Doomsayer, huh?
The end is upon us. The dead rise, and foul magic spreads across the land.
Okay. The dead walk among us, and foul magic spreads across the land. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Evil!
Future!
Why we both referenced the same show?
I mean, 2 different points in the show, but okay.
Yeah, even so.
Hey, Bella.
I admit, for a while, I didn't think either of us would survive. It's good to see you did.
I believe I made you a promise.
You mean about helping me leave? I wouldn't hold you to that. You've already done so much for us.
You can do better than this place.
What do you have in mind?
500 silver should be enough to start a new life.
That could get me to Denerim. What would you want in return for such a gift?
Your thanks is enough. Or a promise not to work in a place like this.
Thank you. I can never repay this, but I'll think of a way. I swear.
Alright, Win approves +4, now Alistair approves +1. So that's good. All these people are...
The Maker, my brother and his family made it out of Lothering. He said that the Darkspawn attacked it the very next day.
The Darkspawn took Lothering, did they?
I don't know. I expect so, since there was no one there to stop them.
Well, it won't be much longer until those monsters get here. There doesn't seem to be anyone fighting them now.
I mean, hi, I'm a Grey Warden and I'm doing that.
If it isn't the hero of the day, what can I get you?
If you don't have a name, you don't deserve marriage? What? Okay. SpongeBob the Musical? I mean, SpongeBob the Musical already exists.
Yeah, I mean, name a property and someone's probably made a musical of it. And if not, they're probably in the process.
Alright.
Especially on YouTube.
I don't think I need that. Yeah, I think we're good. I thought there was something back here, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah, SpongeBob the Musical is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Shrek the Musical.
Yeah, and Spider-Man, and Batman, and, let's see, I think a Death Note now. And Heathers.
I mean...
Let's see, Mean Girls is another one.
Hi, Sir Perth. So, as a side note, by the way, if you activate this quest, like if you arrive in Redcliffe and you receive the news that there has been, about the walking corpses and all of that, and then you leave and do something else, then you actually come back to this place being completely overrun with only one survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Heathers is a wonderful musical and honestly my favorite adaptation of the story.
Yeah, it is really flippin' good. I saw myself there. But yes, absolutely. That is the one musical on that list that I would actually encourage people to check out.
I mean, I encourage people to check out whatever musicals they want to actually check out.
That's fair.
But, like, I've heard that the SpongeBob musical is actually pretty good. It's just, getting over that cognitive leap of it's SpongeBob the musical. Anyway.
It is sad to think of how much death there has been here. But we have saved the village beyond all expectations. You have done well, my friend. I will remain here to guard the village and receive any fellow knights as they continue to return. At least until the castle is retaken.
Okay. Hang on a second.
Of all the...
Puppy? Oh, yeah. He is a good dog.
The goodest of thumbs.
Indeed.
I dread to think what might have happened had you not arrived when you did.
Well, more people would have died. Knight Commander Harith, huh?
Move along, friend.
Very well.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Alright. Well, did the best that I could.
Yeah.
Hi, Garrus. That is the back of my chair. Thank you. Okay.
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all. But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure. There is a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family.
Yeah, we've got a culture of musicals. I mean, I love the genre. But it's... humanity has been creating musicals and musical storytelling since the dawn of humanity.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I mean... the Italian opera is definitely kind of the predecessor to a musical, but, like, they also had, like, their mini musicals themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Operas and musicals are pretty different in terms of how they are staged and in terms of how dramatic they are. But I will also say Black America came up with a lot of musical genres because, you know, white people kept stealing them. But there was jazz, pretty sure swing, obviously rock and roll. Yep. Pretty much every time there is a new genre of music, especially something that was born in America, you can probably thank black people for it.
I mean, yeah.
Chess the musical? You know what we should make? We should make Clue the musical.
I mean, you joke, but it's probably already in production.
Possibly. Anyway. That's convenient.
Perhaps I should have gone into the castle earlier, but I could not leave the villagers. Maker's breath.
Look at that ugly woman.
Tigan. Thank the Maker you yet live.
Isolde. You're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone.
We will need more of an explanation than that.
What? Who is this woman, Tigan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Wow, I don't like you.
I would exchange pleasantries, but... considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tigan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and hunt the living. The maid responsible was caught, but still it continues. And I think Connor is going mad. We have survived, but he won't flee the castle. He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tigan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do.
So we have caught the mage responsible, and Connor is going mad. Interesting situation. Let's see. Tell me about this mage you mentioned.
He is an infiltrator, I think. One of the castle staff. We discovered he was poisoning my husband. That is why Eamon fell ill.
Eamon was poisoned?
He claims an agent of Terran Logain's hired him. He may be lying, however. I cannot say.
Aha! An agent of Terran Logain hired this mage to poison Arlayman. Or at least so has been heavily implied. What about Arlayman? Is he still alive?
He is. He is being kept alive so far, thank the Maker.
Kept alive? Kept alive by what?
Something the mage unleashed. So far it allows Eamon, Connor, and myself to live. The others were not so fortunate. It killed so many, and turned their bodies into walking nightmares. Once it was done with the castle, it struck the village. It wants us to live, but I do not know why. It allowed me to come for you, Tegan, because I begged, because I said Connor needed help.
Do you think this evil could be some kind of demon?
I do not know. Oh, Maker's mercy. Could it truly be a demon? I can't let it hurt my Connor. You must come back with me, Tegan. Please.
I mean, you're not alone in finding Alistair attractive. He's actually one of the most top romance characters in the game, actually. And take care, Soren. Thank you.
Yes.
For coming by. Alistair is a freaking snack of a man. I guess.
And to be fair, Don, I make fun of anyone who crushes on anyone. I'm a romantic.
That's okay. Those are technically unrelated statements. You're aromantic and also an asshole.
Yes.
Those are two separate things. You can be aromantic without necessarily being an asshole. You've just managed to embrace both.
I mean, yeah, that's just it.
Why do I get the feeling you aren't telling us everything?
I beg your pardon? That's a rather impertinent accusation.
Huh. Now, honestly, I am one of those people where I do not like when people pull some sort of rank to get out of actually answering for their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This is, yeah, it's a trait of mine, a very consistent trait where if someone is being something of either an asshole or especially someone who is pulling rank on someone else in order to be an asshole and get their way, I will usually stick with it and call them on it. However, it's really not a good look for the Grey Wardens if we antagonize an Arlessa. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it.
No. It is I who should apologize. You are right to be suspicious, but I do not know what else to do. An evil I cannot fathom holds my son and the husband hostage. Came for help. What more do you want from me?
The truth.
Again, I do not have much time. What if it thinks I'm betraying it? It could kill Connor. Please come back with me. Must I beg?
So when does Tegan go alone?
For Connor's sake. I promised I would return quickly and only with Tegan. Tegan, I know you could
she
order
does.
your men to follow me when I return to the castle. I beg you not to. For Connor's sake.
Yeah, Orlais is actually very much an analog for France. This is supposed to be, I think, supposed to be, something somewhat analogous to the 13th century. It's either 13th or 12th century. Basically, when France was occupying a lot of different places, including England and all of that, took them over. Because Ferelden is an analog for England, or the UK, and Orlais being an analog for France during that whole period when they were invading a lot of other places and all of that stuff, establishing their own church, as well as the version of the Christian church that was establishing in Rome, hence why there was actually technically two holy cities at one point. There were actually two popes. There was a French one, and there was the Italian one, the Roman one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eventually the Roman one won out, but anyway. But yeah, Orlais is very much meant to be French-inspired. And there are a lot of other lands, like Navarra is meant to be Spain. Ravane is... yeah, I think? No. Ravane is meant to be the Romani. Oh god, it's been a while. Anyway, I know that there's... Oh god, I have not paid attention to Thedosian geology in a long time. But yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Yeah, that's the thing. Arl Eamon did marry Isolde, Isolde being a very young French woman, or Orlesian woman at the time.
Yeah.
And that was a major no-no because they had just reclaimed their independence from Orlais. And so people were like, what you doing there? Anyway, enough questions. We need to decide what to do.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
Thank the Maker. Bless you, Tiga. Bless you.
It seems you have little choice.
I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
To see the elves fail?
Jeez.
Wow.
Here's what I propose. I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
I can't let you do this. That's insane.
What choice do either of us have? If your business with Eamon is important, you're going to have to go inside to find him.
He's right. Without Arl Eamon, we'll never get the support we need.
Sir Perth and his men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable.
I don't believe that. I will rescue you all. I promise.
You are brave as well as beautiful, it seems. The Maker smiled on me indeed when he sent you to Redcliffe. If only this had been...
So we are just going to send him with that woman?
But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
I think I accidentally triggered his romance flag. Anyway. Well, that's that. Redcliffe after Zom. Who is that woman, Tikan? A love letter. No. Let's see, what was this one? A delicate matter. While I am overjoyed at the prospect of having you, an unwelcome guest requires that you excuse yourself by the postern of my estate, to avoid a mark upon our reputations. Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong, Dawn.
Ah. Okay, here we go. I mean... it's not a terrible ship, but I don't like Tegan for various reasons that will become more obvious later in the series. Okay! Now we're getting into...
this tunnel. And why?
For escape purposes. Oh, the music is good! Oh, boy.
Hello? Is there someone out there? Who is it?
Jowen?
By all that's holy, you! I can't believe it!
Jowen? I mean, obviously I knew that this was going to happen. I've played through this game many times and I've already showcased it. But Jowen? Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Here I thought this couldn't get any worse. Brilliant. Go on, have a go at me if that's what you want. Gloat away.
The only DA you played was Inquisition. Well, that would explain why you're like, oh, I want to see the elves fail. There's a lot more that's going on with that than what we were presented in Inquisition. There's been a lot of retconning, and I think that we still have a lot to learn about the situation with the elves. Without any spoilers, I don't think that necessarily what a certain someone plans is inherently the worst thing. I'm not here to gloat. Seeing you like this pains me.
Oh, thank you for your tired old platitudes. Whatever would I do without your sympathetic words to carry me through the long, cold nights?
I'm sorry, Jowan.
You think that makes it better? You expect this to be easy, like your whole life has been easy? Apologize and suddenly we're friends again? I've been running since I last saw you. I've slept in ditches, in rotten logs, in the rain. I've gone hungry for weeks. I was lost, utterly alone. You expect me to just forget this happened?
My whole life has been easy, you know, being ripped away from my parents just as you were, and then also being a Grey Warden, which, again, I haven't exactly shared the details with you about what's going on there. Things were kind of rough, what with the entire death of every last one of my comrades, as well as any potential hope for stopping the Blight, as it were, right in its tracks. Yeah, my life has been sunshine and fucking rainbows, Jowan!
Bottom line is, shit sucks for everyone. Get over yourself.
And also, kind of your own fucking choice to be a blood mage, by the way. You're a blood mage, Jowan.
I made a mistake, all right? I admit it. I dabbled, and I've been paying for it ever since. And I'm so tired. Before I say anything else, I need to ask you a question. You can do whatever you feel you need to afterward, but I need to know. What became of Lily? They didn't hurt her, did they? The thought that she might have paid for my crime.
I mean, Lily knew what she was doing, but...
Yeah.
She was also misled by Jowan, too.
Yeah?
The Chantry sent her away. I don't know where.
Oh, my poor Lily, she must hate me now, if she even lives. What have I done? So, here we are again, the two of us. What happens now?
After you openly antagonized me and claimed that my life was easy, you're gonna fucking casually ask, oh, well, what happens now? What? That's right, Blackjack. I agree. Are you responsible for what happened here?
I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Arl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured. There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So, they left me to rot.
Okay, I betrayed him, but he went on to poison our layman. He went on to... I mean, I know he had a difficult time of it, but first of all, he was a blood mage. The fucker brought that shit on his own head.
Trash love indeed.
Alright, take care. Thanks for dropping by, Foxy Bane.
Have a good one.
Another point for Isolde, yeah. So, I get it. Evelyn's behavior was not the best, but given the circumstances, she was doing what was actually in accordance with her beliefs. As soon as she realized that there was the potential that Jowan had been using blood magic, and because he was doing something that was going to make him an apostate, she acted in accordance with her beliefs. That was role-playing, for one. Second of all, Jowan is ostensibly a dick. He is objectively an absolute nightmare of a person. He does terrible things. He poisoned Eamon, which made this whole situation a hell of a lot worse. He has now apparently enabled the hordes of the undead. Just by virtue of him doing this. He ended up supporting, apparently, Logain's, whatever he's doing. He's made terrible choices. If Evelyn has betrayed him, he has also betrayed her tenfold, especially because he kept from her that he was a blood mage. So if she had gone along with what he was doing, she would have gotten in even worse trouble and lost the trust of her biggest mentor, the first enchanter. I know that I am going on about this, but basically I'm justifying Evelyn's choices because she made the best decisions that would have actually made sense for her as a person and as a character. And for whatever amount she has betrayed him, he has also betrayed her. Why did you poison Arl Eamon?
I was instructed to by Terran Logain.
Of course.
I was told that Arl Eamon was a threat to Ferelden, that if I dealt with him, Logain would settle matters with the Circle. All I wanted was to be able to return.
So that's...
But he abandoned me here, didn't he? Everything's fallen apart. I never thought it would end like this. Maker, I've made so many mistakes. I've disappointed so many people. I wish I could go back and fix it. I just want to make everything right again.
Oh, that's going to be hard. And this is the second instance of Logain apparently having made promises to quote-unquote make things right with the Circle. So, he does seem to have a stake in the mages. She needs to make out with literally everyone. Uh-huh. Why did you elicit a Terran Logain of all people?
Why wouldn't I? I was desperate, and this is Terran Logain we're talking about for Andraste's sake. Why wouldn't I believe him?
Huh. So the Terran hired you to poison Arl Eamon.
Connor had started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the Circle of Magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't
believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the Circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
Huh. Why would Isolde be frightened of her son becoming a mage?
Because he would be taken away forever. A mage cannot inherit a title, even the son of a powerful Arl. She's also a pious woman. Her son having magic was humiliating.
Uh-huh. Perhaps her son is responsible for what happened.
I thought that too. Connor has little knowledge of magic, but he may have done something to tear open the veil. With the veil to the Fade torn, spirits and demons could infiltrate the castle. Powerful ones could kill and create those walking corpses.
Eamon had no idea of his son's abilities?
No, she was adamant that he never find out. She said that he'd do the right thing, even if it meant losing their son, and that infuriated her.
How much magic did you teach Connor?
Some, but he's still very young. He can barely cast a minor spell, never mind something more powerful. At least not intentionally. Like I said, he may have torn the veil accidentally. If he's involved in this at all, I really don't know.
I don't think that Isolde is so grey of a character, but that's probably just my bias coming through. I see. I think I understand.
The Arl's a decent man. I wondered how he could possibly be the threat Logain said he was, but I did it anyway. I'm such a fool.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Mistakes like mine? I've just messed everything up my entire life. I've made such bad decisions.
Yes.
I'm just sick of running away and hiding from what I've done. I'm going to try to fix it any way I can. You broke your word to me back at the tower. I think you owe me.
Whoa.
Help me fix this.
Owe you? Owe you?
Here we go.
Oh, the fuck you what? Huh. I don't owe you anything.
Don't you? I trusted you when you said you'd help Lily and I escape. If you hadn't helped, maybe we wouldn't even have tried. Then at least Lily would be fine. Please, I'm begging you, won't you help me try and do one thing right in my life?
He wishes to redeem himself. Doesn't everyone deserve that chance?
Jowen has good intentions, but a blood mage? I find it difficult to trust his words.
He's your friend. You know him best.
Give me a chance, please.
Don't you owe me? I just want to do the right thing! Like, wow. Lore about to end this Maleficar's entire career.
I mean...
Alright. So how will you make things right?
Well, I tried to save anyone still up there. There must be something I can do.
That's commendable if it's true.
I'm glad you think so. So what now?
I'm letting you out of your cell. Don't try anything.
You're letting me out? And what then?
Escape. This is your last chance.
No, I'm not leaving. I made a mistake and I'm going to find some way to fix it.
Alistair disapproves. Well, don't worry, Alistair. Your opinion matters very little to me right now. Let's see. Just kind of poking around. Alright. Deep mushroom, that's not too bad. So yeah, morally gray sort of situations to an extent. A rolled up note, huh? Let's see. I hope whoever finds this can read it. I hate the thought that my last words might be used as kindling or make her forbid to wipe someone's bum, but that's my happenstance, I suppose. My name is Brannon. I was born in Rainsphere. I grew apples once upon a time. When the Orlesians came to demand I bow to their emperor, I turned them away. That set fire to my orchards, to my house too, but I didn't care. I stood and watched them burn. Trees die eventually, houses fall, but my honor can only be lost if I let it. They came back a week later and demanded that I swear an oath. This time, when I refused, they clapped me in irons. Now I'm here and I'll die in this place. It seems a foolish thing to die for, doesn't it? I could have said a few words and rebuilt my home, gone on with my life as if nothing had changed. 100 generations of my family have lived and died on that land. And I won't be the one to trade our family honor for apples. Whoever you are, whatever they've brought you here for, if you leave this place, I hope you'll go to Rainsphere. There's no living remnant of us left there, but you'll find my family all the same. We're stamped onto the earth. We're in the wind that rustles in the trees. Tell my family how I died, and I promise you, they'll hear. Alright. Okay, you are wearing boots. I was just confused. Oh! Hey, corpses! Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who'da thunk that there would be corpses down here? Alright, guys. Let's just... No, I don't want to throw the icons at them! Alright. I hope that none of you were, that, Brannon guy. That would really suck, actually. Alright. Oh yeah, I have. Not only because I'm on casual, but yeah, I've got basically friendly fire turned off, which is why it's not a great idea to. You want to chill, Evelyn? Anyway, all things considered, I know that this is technically in the middle of this mission, but I think it's probably a good idea if I actually call it for a night here. This is at least a reasonable place to take a breather and resume this mission next time. There's a lot more still to explore, obviously. There's the new development. We now know what happened to Jowen.
Yeah.
We know what's happened to Eamon. He was poisoned, and that's what got him ill in the first place and kicked off the whole quest for the Urn of Sacred Ashes. We learned that Connor might be a mage. And Isolde was trying to cover it all up. Probably with good intentions, but even so. Press F for the end of stream. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone who came out today to watch. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube later, after it goes up, like, officially, I appreciate you guys coming to watch. I know that 2 hours at a time can be a lot to digest as opposed to 20-minute installments or even 10-minute installments. But I am enjoying going through this game again and exploring it and sharing my experiences and thoughts with all of you. I thank you for joining me again, as usual, Griffin.
Well, I thought you said you didn't know why you brought me on.
I don't know why I brought you on, but I still appreciate you nonetheless.
Well, I still appreciate being here.
Yes. And, I mean, I really do mean it. I know I say this every time, but it means a lot to me when you guys are here and asking questions and, you know, talking with me as I'm going along. And even if afterwards you're watching this video on YouTube and you leave a comment, I love hearing from you guys. I appreciate all of the support that you guys have shown me, and I'm really excited to continue with this playthrough. So, I will see perhaps some of you, well, from my perspective as opposed to this going up later, tomorrow, first thing in the morning, which is actually like 3 in the morning for me, 3 Central, but it's going to be much later across the pond. For those of you that it's easier to watch me at those times. But as usual, I'm going to be doing the Dragon Age playthrough consistently on Saturdays and something else on Sundays. But either way, I look forward to seeing you next time, one way or another. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.